We should just explain that the point we've reached now, obviously, we did the podcasts, millions of people became fascinated listening to our conversations with Karl, and now HBO have decided that that is worthy of an animation, and they've animated those conversations.
You excited to be on the coolest channel in the world?
Never seen it. Never seen it.
No, but you've seen some of the programmes that our stable mates are incredible. Sopranos, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Wire.
Some of the greatest programmes ever made,
I haven't
Karl.
seen them. So I've heard about them, people like them, but there's just so many of them now, isn't there?
Well, it's classy, wins all the awards, just brilliant, up to date, cutting edge.
Because we're up against some good stuff.
Yeah, we're not up against them, are we?
Well, is it better? That's that problem, isn't it? Is it better to be, you know, the small fish thing? Is it better to be next to a load of rubbish and people go, oh, thank God, something decent is on?
That's a good saying. That's a lovely saying. That's a lovely analogy and metaphor. Is it what was the saying? Is it better to be a small fish thing, or next to some rubbish? Good.
Isn't that one of Obama's?
I think so. Yeah, that's good. That. What was it again?
You know what I mean?
Go on.
Well, people, it depends.
No, don't say the saying.
The saying's daft. That's why I didn't say it all. They say it's better to be. Well, no, they say. I didn't say.
They say it's better to be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
What do you think
but
of
then,
that?
well, it's daft, isn't it? That's. If I was that big fish in a small pond, I'd be going, put me in the big pond. Give me. Why would you want to be a big fish in a small pond?
I don't think the pond's so small that the fish can't fit in it and it's flapping around outside.
It doesn't mean that, oh, f me, I can't move. It means I'm in charge here. This is good. I'm the big I am in here. In a big pond, I'm nothing. There's bigger fish than me.
Isn't that better?
What?
Just not being noticed. It's like when you see those big sort of pools of fish swimming about, and you've got a whale that goes along or a basking shark.
Yeah.
And it goes right through them.
Yeah.
Don't knock about in that crowd. Be a loner. That basking shark couldn't be arsed chasing me. They'd go, I'm never going to catch that. He's on his own. Don't knock about with the crowd.
Well,
Go off on your own.
actually, it's better to be in a crowd.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Nah. Go alone. Be your own fish. Be alone. And the basking
What's
shark.
that saying? There's a saying coming out of this. What's the saying then? We've got worked it out.
I'd say be a small fish in a big old ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't stay in a pond because you're restricted.
Okay. Is this all part of the saying? Or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing's good about that saying. A big fish in a small pond. Well, let's face it, it's not in charge. Even the big fish in the small pond isn't in charge because it's a pond. So that means they're in someone else's garden. So they're not in charge. So it doesn't work at all.
I'm gonna bet.
It doesn't work.
It's a pond in someone else's garden.
Yeah.
All right.
What about teenagers, and do you feel that life was better in, say, the 1950s?
I don't know, I wasn't around.
So but you understand what it was like in those days? You've seen happy days.
I don't know, people always say, don't they? Old people always say, it's a better life in the 50s. It's like, yeah, it was for them. Of course it was for them. They're old now. Being old isn't great, is it? So you're just happy with your lot. I suppose I was happiest in about 1984.
Quite a specific year.
Why? Why was that?
It was just I was free and happy. Do you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I don't know. 22.
He's just counting on his fingers now.
12.
Right, okay.
And it was just good.
So the happiest days of your life were between the age of 12 and 13?
Yeah, it was good. I had the world ahead of me.
Little did you know your hair was going to fall out and you were going to whinge every minute of the day.
I had my bike. I like messing about my bike. You had your mates. I had a pet magpie.
So you were probably the teenager that you eventually hate?
Probably.
Were you a good lad, law-abiding?
I wasn't bad. I just sort of, just potted about. I mean, when people talk about what was on the telly back then, I don't have that much memory of it because I was always out. I was always playing out.
What were you doing when you were out?
Just playing about, just like on a bike or...
Just riding in a circle endlessly through blizzards,
I loved it.
rain, sleet, hail.
I never seemed to be in. I was always... When everyone always goes, where were you when Band-Aid was happening? I was always out on my bike. And everything was
Like
like...
you and McGregor?
A memory's always sort of like coming in for some orange and looking at the telly and seeing Princess Diana's getting married, and my mum says, have you seen this? And I'm going, oh, I'm going out on my bike. I was always doing that. The only time I was in the house...
This is why you don't know anything, because you never stopped.
Yeah, but this is what being a kid's about.
But
That's
all
what I
the
mean, being
information
free.
you have, Carl, is as though you've gleaned it as you raced by on a bike. It's almost like, you know, every piece of information you have.
Your hair blowing in the wind. Carl, your hair will blow out one day. Oh, don't talk stupid, ma'am.
Was easy. So yeah, 12 to 13 was good.
But you see...
And it was all downhill from then, was it?
13, you're a teenager then, aren't you? Life got tough.
Yeah. How did it get tough?
Just straight away when I was 13, my mum was like, you know, oh, it's your 13th birthday, you're a teenager now.
Right.
And she gave us a quid to go and get a cake to celebrate it. Went to the supermarket, got a cake, and I just thought, I don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of the way the future is here.
On his 13th birthday.
Well, you were buying a cake. What did you see at the supermarket?
It was kind of like, I don't know, I suddenly felt grown up. And I didn't like it.
But I think you were always about 58, really, with your outlook.
Well, yeah, my mum always said I was old. She said I was an old baby. She said I could frown before I could walk. So they always had a bit of a worry look on my face. Didn't say much, just always listened. My eyes moved about more than I did. Just sat there looking around, looking stressed.
My eyes moved about more than I did. Oh dear, couldn't walk. Well, I can't walk, but I'll try and get a bit of movement in my face. It's a workout, a baby workout. Oh, babies, well, if you can't walk, what about your face? Let your face do the walking.
It sounds like that horror film. It sounds like Pilkington's Baby.
Yeah.
Just you lying there in your cot.
I didn't like all the stuff that's set up for you. Like, my mum tried to send me to, like, a nursery. I said, no, I'm not having this.
Just like that.
I said when I'm older and I've got to go, I'll go, but let's leave out this bit. And she said, all right. She was...
I love the fact he could reason with her. I love him. He's 3 years old with a pipe. She's going, you're going to nurse. She goes, I think not, Mum.
I mean, kids don't play out, do they? Kids, you know, parents are scared to let the kids play out, and that's why the streets are dangerous now, because no one's playing out on the streets. Whereas when I was a kid, everyone was out on the streets. The streets were safer, because there was more people knocking about.
Right.
Let the kids play out.
It must be like a constant, like a Larry painting, his front garden, do you know what I mean? Just loads of people just
there was
walking
never
around.
any problems. I was sort of taken away by some fella.
What?
Whoa.
No, I was playing about in the garden.
Yeah.
But my dad's mate, Tony,
Yeah.
he did tiling with him. He drove past, and he saw me looking a bit fed up, so he just leant over, picked me up, took me to the pub. Now, the thing is, there wasn't panic. People weren't going, oh, God, where's Carl gone?
He's out.
Just
How old were you?
He's down the pub. He's 4 years old, yeah. Well, he's only having a...
He's down the pub with Tony, probably playing darts.
Yeah, I was about 3 or 4.
Sorry, so some bloke drives by who happens to be a friend of your dad's, thinks that baby looks grumpy.
Yeah.
I'm taking him down to
But
the pub.
that's what it was
Tony,
like.
you bringing a baby to the pub? Yeah, I might do, yeah, we'll bring in ours. All right, see you later, mate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whereas now they go, the baby's gone. There's a big full-on panic going
Yeah,
on.
but I think it says more about your parents that they didn't do that. They looked out in the back car and you were gone. Some bloke's driving off in a van. They're just going, oh, well,
They rode down the pub.
doesn't Princess Diana look lovely? This is absurd. So what happened when you got down the pub?
I just was there for a bit, and then
For a bit, just had a game of pool.
then my dad came in. It was like, oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are! I love that! Where's my baby? I'm just going to have a quick pint now. Oh, there you are. All right, mate.
So, yeah, I think things were better back then.
Right, tell the story about the manhole cover.
Right, in the same magazine as the one with the cat and the fire and that.
Don't tell me that story again, it gives me the shivers.
Yeah, a cat that's got a weird expression on his face is against God.
Anyway, this isn't a scary story. This was just like physics.
Unexplained.
Physics.
Yeah.
It was going on about the nuclear bomb and how powerful it is. And they put a manhole cover on top of one.
Okay.
Blew it up.
Yeah.
Never saw the manhole cover again.
Man alive, Carl. Unexplained.
What's going on there? Something weird is happening there. Oh.
If anyone has ever seen that manhole cover, please get in touch. We'd love to know where it is.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Finally, White Van Man, what do you make of the fact that Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins?
Is that
a concern
true?
for you?
Is that true?
Apparently so.
Why?
Dunno.
Like it's easier to stack.
This is what the guy in the Sun has said. That should be interesting for... that should be his comment on Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins is that should be interesting for meatballs. Ricky's just collapsed on the floor. Let's just play a song, Carl. I don't think even you can top that. Well, obviously, Carl was out with me last night, and he saw that I'm, he knows I'm a ladies' man, and that was obvious, Carl. You could see the vibe around me, couldn't you, when the chicks were talking to me. And, just remembered recently, actually, I was on a train coming back from, hometown Bristol. And I was on the train, and, this girl walks on, good-looking girl. I thought, hey up. Largely empty carriage. I'm thinking, my luck's in. Because I take every opportunity, Carl. That's the thing about me. I don't choose. She was a good-looking girl. She sat down. I thought she sat down right near me. I thought, brilliant. As this guy comes up behind her, and says, I think it's probably a boyfriend or something. Sits down next to her, and I listened in on the conversation, obviously, because I'm pretending to read. It was very clever. I read the same page for hours. So I was pretending to listen. I was listening but pretending to read. And I realised that it's not her boyfriend or anything. It's just some guy she's met on the platform. And I'm thinking, brilliant. If she's the kind of girl who's just going to start talking to someone, on a platform, on a train, brilliant, I'm going to be in here. Because he was only going one stop. So I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? He'll nick off, I'll get chatting to her, and who knows, I could join the... is there a train equivalent?
Foot High Club.
The Foot High Club, brilliant. And, so I'm excited, I'm listening in. And, they're talking. It turns out that they're both kind of, graduates, so just finished university, or they're coming to their finals or something. And they're chatting away, and he's making a couple of witticisms, and she's kind of tittering at his jokes. I'm thinking, well, I'll tell you this, if she's laughing at this kind of material, I am going to blow her away, with my kind of anecdotes and wry observations,
Yeah.
It was weak stuff, I gotta be honest.
Really?
He was coming out with nothing. He was running on empty, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And she was loving it. So I'm thinking, brilliant, I'm going to be right in here. And then they get moving on to higher brow things, and I think she was going to study kind of Marxism or something like that, or communism, something. And she was asking him, as by way of conversation, she was asking him what he knew about Marxism, And he was fumbling for his vague knowledge of it that he had in his life. And I'm just sat there thinking, come on, love, in any given capitalist environment, the proletariat will revolt against their oppression by the bourgeoisie, and after a brief period of socialist rule, emerges a classist society governed by community cooperation.
Well, if that sort of talk wouldn't get a woman hot, I don't
Come
know.
on,
I don't
Rick.
know what you'd use.
If
then
Marx and Engels is not going to get a woman sweaty down below,
I
then
know.
nothing is.
No.
Then my name is
You're
not
just
Steve
biding
Merchant.
your time. Yeah?
Exactly. I'm just
yeah.
going to go in for the kill any
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
So anyway, it comes to his stop, right? He gets off. I'm thinking this is a piece of cake, and he gets off, and off he goes. He walks off, and I'm thinking brilliant. And I thought, I'll wait till the train's pulled away. I'm not going to leap in straight away.
No.
And he comes back along the carriage, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. He goes, listen, do you mind if I give you my email address, right? And if you want to get in touch, email me. I'm thinking, come on, you loser, get off now. Save your face, please, before it's too embarrassing. She accepts the email address because she obviously doesn't want to hurt his feelings, whatever. I'm thinking, fair enough. She's a good woman. I'm liking her. I'm loving her. I'm thinking that's my kind of girl. So anyway, he gets off. I'm sat there, the train pulls away. I'm thinking, I'll wait a few minutes, I'll just, give it some time. Her phone rings. It's her friend on the phone. And, she starts saying, and I was listening in, and she was going, just met a guy on the train. I'm thinking, yeah, that's true enough. She goes, yeah, he was a good-looking guy. I thought, you're having a laugh, love. To be honest. Because I was looking at him, and she said to her friend, he looks a bit like tennis player Boris Becker. I thought, well, you should be so lucky, frankly, because I saw him, he had awful facial hair, if that's what makes him look like Boris Becker. Terrible little goatee beard, it was laughable. I thought, I don't know. And then she goes to think, and she's like, yeah, I met him, we got chatting and stuff, and she was going, it's not often that you meet someone, generally in life, who's, kind of thoughtful and intelligent and funny. I thought to myself, I'm not even going to waste my time with you, love. Frankly, if that's what you thought of him.
You just walked away.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even bother talking to her.
No, you were just
didn't even
above
waste
it.
my time with
If
her.
she thinks that bloke is not
If
only
she thought
great
he was
looking,
funny,
but
great
funny
looking-
and intelligent, and she got on well, and he was polite, and it was a chance meeting, and he thought, and she thought that you were like a freaky looking dork who didn't even have the nerve to
If
speak.
that is what
if that's
she
what
was
she
thinking,
thinks,
then I don't want to know it.
I couldn't. You walked away, and good luck to you.
And I have my dignity intact.
Yes, and she's nothing.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl.
Go on.
Should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got, on DVD, more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there, we've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf, and
Brilliant.
there's good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes, Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff...
Too shy?
It is Too Shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from
on.
Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it. The only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone. Yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable.
Human League?
That'd be. Oh wow, what would they have got? Don't you want me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lies take on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done. Madness.
Baggy trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde.
Kids in America.
Yeah, so there's just all those traits. If you
Yeah.
if you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So there are the
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go. Let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
email only, of course.
Yeah, yeah. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, we've gone. What is Karl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry, so what's the
Well, let's do it again. I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. He's lost it.
Go to France, buy yourself a boat with the fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah.
This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And the last one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD, that one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
All right, well...
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well,
There we are.
so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF,
Yeah.
buy it ferry. Right? That's like,
What?
buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
What's Brian Ferry? What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because he's quite close to it. Buy on, buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what's
That's the
your
first
first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count.
No,
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry, buy on ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Delhi is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah?
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree? A meat tree? What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give them a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Delhi meat tree?
Deli meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern. I love Bayern Ferry. And
I just point out, Rick-
Oxymusic was brilliant. I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
Delhi meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but
Yeah.
Delhi meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Burgh.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't.
Sorry, what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Burgh.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
What do I say again?
Christ de Burgh.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh. Who's the winner, Steve?
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Abrams because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed. I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him either one.
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those
Burgh,
are the worst you've ever done.
the worst are Delimitri. So and didn't it just put D, and then Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you just mentioned there about sort of no knickers and that.
It's going to be your Auntie Nora.
No.
Right.
It's just, you know, like the last flat that I lived in, I always had a good view across the road and I could see, it was the hairy,
There was the hairy
well,
Chinese.
not the hairy
kid.
Chinese kid, he was just a Chinese kid, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running
Because
about.
that's rare, isn't it? Hairy Chinese kids, very
Yeah,
rare, isn't it?
yeah.
There's only one official sighting, isn't there? In one of those shit little magazines that you buy.
Yeah, he was running around in his underpants.
Did
and
you?
he-
Sorry, you just swore ironically. I mean, I imagine if there's any newspapers listening, you did that because you're sort of jokey and.
Yeah, go on.
yeah.
Let's not swear.
And there
Go
was the
on.
old woman who didn't move, she was just sat there reading the book all the
Who
time.
we
wasn't
think possibly died and no
Well,
one came round for weeks,
might
yeah.
have been. But, and now I've moved, right? And it was quiet for a bit. I always look at what view I'm getting, right? Looks across and it was just sort of empty, sort of flats ready for people to move in and that, right? Anyway, people are in there now, right? And they've put all the furniture in, but I haven't put any curtains up,
Oh.
right? So anyway, I'm sort of washing up, just having a look out the window, right? Girl sort of wandering about, you know, knickers on, right?
With no knickers on.
You mean
No
naked?
knickers. Well, she had a bra on.
Right, okay.
But,
She was
no
probably
knickers.
looking for a knickers.
So, I thought, oh. And I don't know how long I was looking,
No.
right? But anyway, she looks across.
Oh, God.
I think she spotted me.
Yeah.
I think, oh, God. I felt really bad.
Yeah.
I said to Suzanne,
Sorry, is this some sort of Peeping Tom confession while the Telegraph are listening?
I've no idea.
well, it's not, that's the thing though.
Peepington.
If I was peeping, she was peeping as well, because she was looking over. Works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, all she could see of you was your bald head.
Yeah.
No. But
And your
because
hands moving as you were washing up. And some white-looking substance frothing up.
Particularly stubborn stain on this
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Imagine if she looked across. I'm assuming your sink is lower than the window.
But didn't she just cover up or something? Or she looked back and go, oh, you looking at my fanny?
Well, the thing I did,
What?
I thought, oh, just sort of drop me boxer shorts. Because I
What?
thought, well, Suzanne said, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, just so they can see me cheeks of me.
What are you talking about?
No, because I thought if she thinks I'm walking about in the nude as well, then we've both got something out of it.
Carl!
This sounds like a bad excuse in court.
I know.
This is
Or the plot of a film on Channel 5.
I mean, this is like the doctor who got done right for exposing himself to a patient and then painted that little thing that you look down their throat pink.
Yeah.
And going, this is what they saw.
yeah.
No, so sorry, you were looking at a woman dancing around naked, right? So the only thing you could do was immediately drop your boxer shorts.
So she looked across, saw you fully clothed, saw you took your
No,
boxers
she
off.
wouldn't have done because it's sort of just the top half and the sink's at a side angle, so I was sort of looking out.
So
This
she
is
wouldn't have
genius.
so she wouldn't have seen your trousers then anyway.
No, she did. I moved in front of the window.
So
more.
you then made them. You actually climbed in front of the.
Oh, this is amazing!
So you climbed in front of the window to show off
No,
your
it wasn't
naked
obvious.
lower half.
Suzanne said, "What are you doing?" And
I
I
bet
said,
she did.
What are you looking at?
I sent you in here to clean
What
up.
are you doing? I'm just taking my trousers down, standing by the window. Why? Because there's a naked woman across the road. What do you think I'm doing, Suzanne? I'm exposing myself while looking at some free fame.
leave it.
What's up with you, Suzanne?
Leave it then, leave it.
Christ.
Are we doing Rockbusters or what?
Yeah.
Oh, she sent you in there to read up on Einstein. She comes in and finds that.
Oh, brilliant!
Anyway,
Wait a minute, can I just check? A final question. What did the woman across the way... What happened? What was her
I
reaction?
didn't look again. I just thought you've seen a bit of action as well. We're both happy. Let's leave it.
Brilliant.
So were you waddling around like a penguin with your trousers around your ankle?
I just was walking about, and Suzanne said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'll explain to you in a bit, but don't look out the window because then it's
Excellent.
obvious."
Then he sees that she calls her husband to look at Karl walking around naked. He goes, "Oh, she's got a quick, Suzanne, get him out. There's only one with him. Get some more friends. They've gone one more."
Anyway,
Brilliant. Right, play a record and come back to Rockbusters and Monkey News. We haven't got enough time. Do Rockbusters. Oh, God Almighty.
Yeah,
What have you prepared for this show now? You've had 3 months to prepare.
Yeah.
What have you got? What have you got for us? Okay, what's happened in the last 3 months?
what in this place or just my life?
Well, what have you got for us? We're 3 months, we're cloning about. You get Mondays off, you're getting paid for it, you've got a cushy deal, you're having a laugh, you're taking the piss out of the management, right? So, what have you got for us?
Give it to us.
I've kind of updated Rockbusters a bit,
Right, brilliant.
Yeah.
right? So, and you said don't mess with it. If something's good, don't mess with it.
What do you mean it wasn't good?
It was never good.
It was never good.
No,
Of
it was
course we
never
had to
good.
fix it.
It was fun to do, it was a laugh. I mean, I imagine it was much more fun for me than the 450 listeners. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed squeezing your head and dressing you up.
No, but that's
and-
just it. When I had a meeting with Graham, right, I said, "Look, I'm not being funny. I don't want to do it anymore. I've had
Yeah.
enough of it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, what's up with you? You sounds like you have a right good laugh." I said, "Yeah, but that's that's all good acting and stuff." I said, "It's hell in there." I said,
Like he's talking about Vietnam.
Yeah.
I said having my head squoze, right?
What?
Squash!
Squoze is still not a word. We've been away 3 months. It's still not a word.
Right?
Yeah.
I said he's putting a dustbin lid on my head.
Yeah.
You told this to the ND.
He's hitting me with a tray.
Yeah.
He's chucking toilet paper at me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, but that's all over 2 years." I said, "No, that was the same day." So,
Okay then, what has changed in 3 months? They're listening. They've been listening for 6 minutes now. Come on, give us something.
bit of Nickelback.
What's happened in 3 days?
Play a record
Well,
and let
what-
us
in
think.
3 months?
What, in my life or
Yeah,
in here? Nothing's
yeah.
happened here. Nothing's changed here.
Right.
But I don't know. Do you know last time we were on,
Yeah.
right? And I was telling you about the woman over the road where I
What?
live.
The one that walked around naked.
There's a woman who walks about the flat naked,
This
right?
is when Carl was watching a woman naked. Then she looked at, saw him looking. So what he did, this is the genius he did to get out of this. He pulled his pants down, so he was naked too. His girlfriend comes in and goes, "Carl, what are you doing?" He went, "I can't tell you now, but don't look out of the window." Yeah, go on.
Well,
Sorry.
that woman, she's bought some blinds.
Right, coming to Christmas. Some people forget the true meaning of Christmas. I just think it's drinking and giving presents. But obviously, it comes from the story of the Nativity. Very briefly, what is the story of Christmas, as you remember?
This baby Jesus was born. That's it.
Okay, let's. Can we expand on that a little? Let's start the night before. What happened on Christmas Eve?
She was Mary was pregnant.
Right.
She's wandering about. Probably knowing it was due. Was she knocking about with the three fellas at that point?
No. No. Three fellas being.
The wise men.
No.
She wasn't with them.
No. Who was she with?
I honestly don't know.
What was her husband called?
Her husband was... I don't know. I wasn't that interested in RE. Jesus
Right.
was born.
Right, okay, and Mary and Joseph, yeah?
Yeah.
They travelled, didn't they? On a donkey.
Yeah.
What happened?
She's pregnant,
Yeah, we've done that.
and then she's like, I'm going to have this kid in a bit, sort somewhere out.
Right.
He says, we're going to struggle.
She came from Salford.
It's Christmas Eve.
Right.
And they stayed at
No. Wasn't Christmas Eve, was it?
All right, then it's just a normal day.
Yeah.
And they stayed,
Hadn't been
they
invented
couldn't
yet,
find
had it?
it. They
Christmas
couldn't
hadn't-
find anywhere.
Right.
So they stayed in a stable.
Right.
She had the kid on December 25th. That's it.
Then what happened?
That's it, really.
No, it was the three fellas she was knocking about with at the beginning.
The
you thought.
wise men.
Right.
And there was a star involved. They followed a star. You see, you're making me look like a divvy, but it wasn't an important lesson at school. I'm not a Catholic or anything. I'm nothing. I'm sort of... My mum even said, she said, don't tell anyone that you're not anything. She said, because something about witches. When I was a kid, when you're a kid, you're at risk of being taken away
People
by...
think he's a character. People think this is scripted.
No.
Imagine if I bothered writing this.
But it's not important. It's so not important, this story.
What did your mum say about witches?
No, she just said, don't go around telling people you're not christened or anything.
Right.
I did a Sunday school thing called Crusaders.
Right.
Joined that, but I just went on like the Friday when they had Sabutio, table football, and then they came knocking on the Sunday saying, come on, you've got to come with us.
Right.
And I went, and it was rubbish. There was no Sabutio. There's an old fella reading out a smelly Bible, really old books, and I hated it. I said, I'm not going on a Sunday again. So I used to just go on the Friday, and that is religion for me.
There you go.
I didn't need it. I don't need an old story.
Final thoughts? What does Christmas mean to you then, Carl? If you don't like old stories, what does Christmas mean to you? Just look down and tell people what they should be thinking of this Christmas. What does it mean to you?
It's hassle, isn't it, Christmas? Got to buy presents. The meal's all right. The food's all right.
It's the best, isn't it? If the roast dinner is the, the king of meals, surely the Christmas roast is the king of roasts.
Yeah. Christmas. I could do without it. If someone said, we're getting rid of it, I'd go, all right. I don't like all the build-up. I don't like that bit in between Christmas and New Year when nothing's happening. That's a dead week. Nothing goes on. People are still off for Christmas. Christmas has happened. Get back to work. You can get nothing done. Everything comes to a standstill. Why do you like Christmas?
I like being allowed to drink gin and tonic at 10 a.m. while watching Noah Ledman's give little sick kids presents.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what it's about. It's not about, you're saying to me, telling me the story of baby Jesus. You haven't got a clue yourself. It's not about that. It's about, like you say, eating chocolates. Same as Easter is for fat people with chocolate. I love Easter. No, you don't. You like eggs. You like chocolate, you fat little... Do you know what I mean? So, we don't need it. Maybe back then, when you were, wise men knocking about a desert, they needed something to look forward to. They probably didn't live that long.
I don't think they were looking forward to Easter, though, were they?
No, but listen. But
Jesus certainly wasn't
you had
looking forward
nothing.
to Easter.
Back then, when you watch Scrooge,
Yeah.
everyone's looking forward to it. Tiny Tim, go and get a chicken. Now, these days, have a chicken when you want. Anyone can afford it. So it hasn't got the same values.
Tiny Tim, go and get a chicken. Oh.
Happy Christmas.
Brilliant.
Right? Octopus. I've never seen anything so weird. Say if I'd come from another planet and everything was lined up in a row and they said, right, we're going to give you a crash course in what's knocking about on this planet. And you go, right, go on then. And you go, this is man, here's woman, here's a dog, here's a cat, here's an octopus, I go, hang on a minute, what is this? Said to Suzanne, I'm sick of it. She's going, you need to do it when I get a new kitchen. I thought I was going to be seeing the wonder today, but Ricky and Steve have called up, said forget that. You're going to be spending the afternoon in a little village. You know, travel programme, showing you the world, how others live, little communities and all that. Just look at this map. It's Dwarf Village. It's like this little town that they set up. Dwarves used to get hard time or something, and so they set this up, a place where they live and work. All right. This is it. They've made it for themselves, everything they want. It's made for being a dwarf. It's ideal. And, you know, there is like little blokes in little funny outfits and all that. Where's your knees? Have you got knees? And you do sort of smile, but they're smiling. I think it's all right, isn't it? Well, they're all happy. I mean, they've made this bit. Why not just finish it up and put a door on it? They've done the hard bit. A couple of hinges and a door. You can show me around one of your houses. I haven't been in one of these.
I'm the biggest man who's ever been in it.
I'd rather be a dwarf than like Steve, who's almost a giant, because the world's not made for a giant. Look at the skill of this. I'm doing a little bit of woodwork. Looks amazing. I mean, that's not crap, is it? So, if all your work dries up, they're not making another Star Wars, you can't dress up as a little monkey, you've got no money coming in, you wouldn't think about coming here then?
Definitely not.
Have you ever wondered how artists create such an epic sense of scale in their work? Hello there, in this video we're going to explore how artists create a sense of scale, how we can use those principles, and share some common pitfalls at the end of the video. Let's get started. The very first principle is contrast of size. When starting out your piece, there are some really fundamental and abstract elements that trick our brain into seeing scale. If we have a plain old cube with no relation to anything, we don't have a very strong idea of how big it is. But most of us might say that's, you know, it's in human scale, maybe a bit smaller, maybe 0.5 meter to 1.5 meters. But if we put a smaller object next to our cube, then suddenly we start feeling a sense of scale. Not exactly in measurable units, but we do feel that the original cube is larger somehow. This technique of contrast or comparison is super common in art. Simply contrasting something smaller with something larger helps us see how big it is. Like in this piece from Ethan where we see Drake contrasted against the massive head-like ruins. Or in this shot from Quentin with the tiny boat contrasting the massive ruins in the background. How small these objects are in frame really underline the scale of the ruins. The second principle has to do with how we experience the world as humans. Let's look at camera angles. Seeing our setup from 3 different camera angles, we can see the effect it's having on our perception and understanding of the scale. Number 1 has a pretty neutral camera angle and it makes our cube feel within human scale, however it is still hard to tell. Number 2 has a camera tilted upwards and it feels like we, the viewer, are looking up at the cube and therefore it feels larger. In number 3 we have our camera tilted down and therefore everything feels smaller because it feels like we're looking down at the object. But this angle could also give us a better sense of the scale as we're getting more of an overview, but it doesn't give us the same grandiosity we're seeing in number 2. In this piece we get an epic sense of scale and we can really feel how the upwards angle makes us look up so we can fully see the towering heights. In this painting from Flora, we are looking down at everything, so everything feels smaller, but it does show a great sense of depth which can show massive scale even though we're looking down, so the principles can be applied differently here. There's a third angle I would like to mention. I call it the satellite. This camera angle involves a lens with a high millimeter or a long focal length. It typically flattens out the image a bit, however, it has a feeling that we the observer is quite far away, like on a plane or in outer space. And the understanding of scale has a slightly delayed comprehension. At first we might look at this piece in the top and think, oh, humans could be here, but then we see the floating ships around it and we get a much better understanding of the scale. And we can truly tell how massive it is. So working with the camera can be a great addition to visualizing your epic scale. I'm also building a piece on the side here, and I will have the viewer looking upwards to really feel the scale. The fourth principle is super interesting. We're talking about proportions. If we look at this piece by Oliver, we are met by these towering structures and their tapered upper halves that turn into spires. This tapering serves two purposes. Physically and constructionally, it is easier and more stable to reduce weight over time, which you know if you've stacked cards before. But it also creates a trick of perspective. Tapered structures makes us believe that they are much taller than they are, because how it is emulating the effects of perspective. This was a common technique while building the early skyscrapers, like the Chrysler and Empire State Building. This principle also counts for organisms, because of what is known as the square cube law, which in basic terms means if you double the height of an organism, you usually have to quadruple the weight. So the physics applied change, and therefore bone density and so on can no longer keep up unless you compensate somehow. This is quite clearly seen in something like Attack on Titan, on the Colossal Titan. We can see they have designed it with massive column legs, thinned out arms, and made a tiny head, all to emphasize the forces that are at play on this massive body. Another place we can see this in effect is on the giants from Game of Thrones. Here we can see the proportional differences between our giant and tiny Tormund. It's okay, we still love you.
I know that.
On top, the sometimes silly proportions of the T-Rex's human-sized arms actually help to underline and frame the creature's actual scale. There's no one way to make your creature, but overall to make your creature feel larger, think of how you can balance out its features to match the physics and help sell the creature. Well, I will for sure create a few tapered towers around my main structure and taper the main one a little bit. The fifth principle is a tricky one. I call it relative scale. In this piece by Paul, we see a flying carrier ship, and we also see tiny people in yellow jackets. Looking around the ship, we see objects that are made to fit human scale, like the railing on the ship sides. The human eye is quite sensitive to scale, so when objects that we expect to have a certain height, but doesn't, we lose our sense of scale. So everything in this scene, like window heights, cockpit sizes and doorways, will have to be within a relative scale. Windows can be many different sizes, however the details around the windows can be tricky. If you imagine a window set in a building with a cross, if you simply took the same window and scaled it up, that wouldn't feel quite right, because we would assume that the frames around the windows would be the same to line up architecturally. So instead we want to do something like this. Staying consistent can sometimes really make or break the scale of your image. Well, I better scale in those windows a bit. Much better. The sixth principle is great fun. Repetition. Repetition is one of those principles that are just fun and easy to implement, and they always help show the scale very well. Take this illustration made by Martin here. The massive column-like structures don't quite look like anything we have here on Earth, and most certainly this scale is beyond human capabilities as of now. But by repeating the massive structures between the clouds, we can so easily tell that we're dealing with massive constructions. This example is also great as it really underlines how massive these trees really are. Using repetition here is quite neat because we do have trees that look similar to these, so we could confuse the scale at first glance, but seeing them repeated like this shows us how they're towering over the grasslands. You can also have supporting elements repeated around the subject to show scale. I in particular like this illustration from Connor and how it shows depth and scale through the train track bridges. The repeated arches really help sell the perspective for the scene. Well, I might as well duplicate a few structures around and sell the scale of my piece. Texture and detail. The seventh principle. This principle relates to relative scale a little bit. Quite often when you need to make something large, it is just more likely it will have more detail on it. So adding detail and texture can help emphasize the size. A great example is Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. This massive tower applies a great assortment of varied shapes and sizes to the structure, truly making it feel epic and huge. This technique is quite often used in science fiction, and artists have given this kind of detail the name greeble. And adding all this greeble detail really emphasizes the perceived scale on this famous Star Destroyer. And even though your object might be built smooth, adding breakups to imply a more realistic building process can really sell the scale, like here on the Death Star. Another idea of texture is that larger objects tends towards being more rough than smaller objects. By this I mean that it's just more common to see larger things become more rough because the slight imperfections are more difficult to manage, which is shown quite clearly on these skyscraper windows. Each window placed is quite smooth and acts pretty much like a mirror, but when they are all put together, the slightest imperfections in alignment means the overall reflection appear rougher, even though the individual windows are perfect. We can see the same effect with the sun being reflected in the Earth's ocean. The reflection is there but quite rough, just from the unevenness of the waves. Theoretically we could make a perfect giant mirror, it is just less likely to see it. I'm going to make something similar to Barad-dûr, and adding lots of little detail variations to my scene will help bring it further. And I'll also make sure my textures are a bit more rough. The eighth principle will really sell the depth and realness of your picture. We're gonna look at atmospheric perspective. In this towering piece, we can see the structures fading into the background. Having your structures be so big that you have a noticeable change in atmosphere must mean that we are dealing with a scene of epic proportions. Additionally, atmospheric particles, and especially dust, are a little bit heavier than air, so they tend to settle closer to the ground, which is something we can see quite well in this piece by G. We can see it has this thick rolling atmosphere separating the different layers of the castle, resting down there at the bottom, leaving the top almost clear from atmospheric perspective. You will also sometimes see the same effect in between mountains. If we want to take it a step further, we should make a use of clouds. Having massive structures or cliffs reaching so high up that clouds intersect really helps sell the colossal heights of our subject, shown beautifully here by Min. And even though it is a more loosely painted illustration, where we wouldn't really be able to tell how big the cliffs are by themselves, the clouds really sell that these cliffs are reaching the heavens. I for sure want to see that in action. I'm gonna add some atmospheric perspective here, bleed out the top a bit, and add some epic clouds. The ninth principle is most likely the one you've all been waiting for: recognizable scale, also called birds for scale sometimes. The idea is to place something of a known size in the picture that we can relate to. Humans are a great indicator for scale, because we're human. So seeing a human relative to your subject makes it possible for the viewer to imagine themselves there and really feel the scale. In this illustration, for example, the humans lets us, combined with some repetition, truly understand the massive arch hanging above them. Another very common recognizable scale is using birds, also called birds for scale, as we can see in this illustration from Ankush. They really sell the enormity of the godlike ruin. Birds are easy to place in the picture because they're flying, so you could put them anywhere and they just give a sense of life and wonder to the image. Like in this picture from Jamie, seeing them swarm around this giant robot just gives it a movement of scale. I also really like the use case here in TJ's work. The birds are not really there to show scale, the human sort of takes care of that, but it does give an indication of the massive heights the warrior is located at, and that adds a whole lot of drama to the scene, which might not have been entirely clear without the birds. But really, any flock of animals or objects of known scale can be used, like in this underwater scene from Roman, where small schools of fish surround this mysterious supersized diver suit. which is truly what I find awesome about these principles. Once you know them, you can use them to defy our expectations. Another example of recognizable scale is using little known environments to show the scale of something we're not too familiar with. Here we are seeing these massive carrier ships again, and the scale of the dock's environments around it helps us understand the rough scale of everything, as it is much easier for us to relate to the scale of cranes and containers than this carrier ship. Well, I better play some humans and birds for scale. Oof, we're getting closer. Nice. The final and 10th principle is special effects, or effects for short. When we look at the water falling in this image by Jessica, the size and breakup of the water helps us see the scale. If the scene was much smaller, the liquid would feel thicker and more sticky because of the way surface tension works. But when we go larger, it has a different feel. So this principle is really about how effects react at different scales, a bit similar to relative scale but for effects. Here we see a landscape of ruins by Ricky, and on those ruins we see thick overgrowth. But we also see there is a cutoff point of the overgrowth, where you may be getting too high up for the plants to reach, either because of the weight or the natural limitations of how high up in the atmosphere plants can grow. So you could use the growth lines to show the tallness of your scene. Also, if you're capturing a sense of movement in your image, like this one by Jun Ling, these titans might be dragging massive plumes of dust and smoke with them. And note that the look of smoke also varies as it gets bigger and smaller. I definitely think I will add some overgrowth to my scene and make it cut off at a certain point. Thanks for watching.
This is a new religion I started. I didn't tell you about it. It's the handing over of the recording device.
It's like bringing apple to teacher.
We do look a little Lord's Supper here, don't we? It's a little spread out.
So I don't think
Sit
it
down,
needs.
everyone.
I don't think it needs to be said at
Making me
this
crazy.
point. Yeah. Please welcome
Yes.
Tina Fey. Philip Frog.
Thank you very much.
Ricky Gervais. Constantine. Todd Burrell. And Sam Eva.
Greetings, Hollywood media elite.
Well, goodbye, everyone.
First question.
Questions.
Yes, for Kermit, I was wondering, nothing against you, Constantine, but I was wondering why, Kermit, you didn't want to play both parts, because it would have really enhanced your acting credits. And where's Miss Piggy?
Boy, that's two very different questions. Well, you know, it didn't make sense for me to play Constantine, because we do have a few scenes together, and I don't really work on green screen. So we couldn't really make that work. Plus, listen, Constantine is actually a distant cousin from Russia.
Yes.
Also with roots in the Colorado area, I understand.
This is true.
They like to lick toads there. But anyway, so it was better to get him to do it. He has the voice, you know.
He is actually from Russia.
Well, I'm afraid so, Sam. I'm afraid so.
You're sitting between the two of us. That's all I can say.
But what is weird thing is I cannot speak any Russian words. Just an accent. That's it.
That's a weird part of Russia. That's all English.
That is correct.
You're going to the Russian airport.
Oh, and I should, to answer the second part of your question, well, I'm just going to give it away. Miss Piggy is actually around, but she insisted upon being fashionably late. So I don't know when she's going to show up, but she is here.
Who cares?
In the second row.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Angela Dawson, Front Row Features. I wanted to ask the humans amongst the group here about the singing, and was it were you nervous at all about being in a movie musical and singing and so forth? How did you approach it, and will there be more musicals in your future?
Well, I was okay with singing. I'm a proud pop star. I always sneak a song into everything I do, whether it's David Brent or Simpsons or whatever. But dancing, a little awkward. A little embarrassed about that. I don't move well. But I was with a frog.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. I'll do anything with a frog. That's my motto.
That is no thing.
And he's a great tap dancer, or more a flat dancer.
But
He's
it's
like
flat dancing.
yeah, flat dancing on my head. So yeah, no one's going to be looking at me when we're doing that dance. They're going to be saying, "There's a frog dancing." That's what's going to be happening. So yeah, I got away with it.
Yeah, you have good voice. My singing sounds like, if you've ever seen the movie version of Oliver, when the little boy sings and you can hear the hiss of how loud they had to turn up the microphone. My singing sounds like that.
No, that's not good. You were great. You were great.
But I think Brett wrote really, really good songs that make us seem good.
Brilliant, amazing.
America and the world was spared my singing voice except for 2 notes. I don't know if you noticed that. I think it was by design. I spoke my song, but I was thrilled to do it. I'm a huge fan of Brett McKenzie.
You are selling yourself short. You are a great singer, a great actor, and a great American.
So confusing.
In the second row.
Hi, Tina.
Hi.
In your Naja persona, can you tell us why you, not Miss Piggy, are the right woman for Kermit? She'll stab you in the back later, but just tell us now why you're the
Nadia
right.
is less work than Piggy. You can give Nadia a bag of hot rocks for Valentine's Day. She will not care. Easy cheap date.
Over here on the right.
Hello, here. It's a question for Mr. Constantine.
What?
After this movie, and singing and dancing, did you ever plan to leave behind the criminal life and dedicate and incorporate to the Muppets family?
Well, this is a good question. I am actually thinking about doing new Netflix original programming. I will call it House of Toads. I will executive produce and showrun. So let's take meeting, yes?
In the center.
What do you think?
Amazing. You're the best.
I am.
I love this guy. He looks like, he's got a cold, he's literally got a cold exterior, he's cold-blooded, he's an amphibian. But
Yes.
he's got a little, I think I've melted his heart a little bit. You see, he had a bad upbringing. He was born in a Russian pond, wasn't he?
Yes.
One of 800 siblings.
Right.
Many of them dead.
Right. Eaten by fish.
Eaten by fish. And he came over here and we met and we bonded, didn't we? We bonded
Yes.
over our mutual hatred of most of the other Muppets.
Well, a particular pig.
Oh, yeah, don't get me
Yes.
started.
Good thing she's not here.
Yes.
In the center.
Hi, my name is Cassandra. I'm from Kids Pick Flicks. So in the movie, there's a scene where Kermit, you try to mimic Constantine in that mirror. So I was wondering, for all of you in your own personal lives, have you ever tried to be someone and mimic someone that isn't true to who you really are?
I think that's what we do for a living, isn't it? Yeah. We turn that very strange psychological disorder into a lucrative career.
You nailed the answer, Kermit. That was good.
Hi. There's a line in the movie that over here that suggests that there may have been some rivalry behind the scenes over how much screen time Walter got in the last movie. Would Kermit and Sam care to comment on that? Any sort of behind the scenes politicking?
Sam, you're good at behind the scenes politicking.
Well, yes. Also very good at diplomacy. So I will just say that I am happy with how this movie turned out and all of the screen time that everyone here got.
Sam, you didn't answer the question.
Exactly.
Oh.
Point.
All the way in the back.
Hi, my question is for Ricky Gervais. I'm a huge fan of your work with the podcast and the travel shows with Mr. Karl Pilkington.
Thank you.
And I was curious, if you were to do another season of An Idiot Abroad and pair Karl with any one of the Muppets, which Muppet would you pair him with to annoy him the most, and where would you send him around the world?
I reckon, Piggy, I reckon. He can't stand anything high maintenance and whingy and whiny, so that would be good. That would really, I mean, that would finish him off, I think. Or Bunsen, that would be good as well, because they look so alike. That would confuse him. He wouldn't know which one he was by the episode. That'd be easy.
Here in the center on the right.
Hi, I'm Gloria. I'm from Time for Kids magazine. What do you guys think that kids will like most about this movie?
I think I have kids, so
You
I
think
will
you
answer
do?
for you.
I
had, so as of this morning, I had 2.
Okay, good.
I think they're gonna like how funny the movie is because I think there's a lot of jokes in the movie, and kids who are like 8, 9, 10 years old, they take a lot of pride in getting the jokes. It makes them feel big.
Yeah, it doesn't patronise kids. It doesn't
Yeah.
aim at an audience. It aims high, and I remember when I was a kid watching the Muppets, I had older brothers and sisters, and they were laughing, and I sort of knew that it was cool as well as good for me. So I think kids relate to that. They like things that adults like as well. So
I, for one, do not get any of the jokes in this movie. I just want to say.
I have the IQ of a 7-year-old, and I loved this movie so much. I also love Juice.
Hi guys, Jordan with DisneyExaminer.com. I just wanted to go ahead and ask you guys are all comedy giants in different age ranges, of
Only
course.
from behind.
Oh, yeah. When you guys got to learn each other or got to work with each other on set, I mean, is there anything that for Tina, for Ricky, and for Ty that you guys were inspired from the Muppets? And for the Muppets, were you guys inspired by your human counterparts?
I was constantly inspired by the Muppets. I've never realized just how overrated I was until you go out and do a scene with somebody who's doing 8 things at once. Well, all I have to do is try to remember my words, which I failed at miserably.
No, again, you sell yourself short time, all right? You could remember
by the way, Sam,
most of those words, most of the time.
I'm happy to report Sam became my life coach right after we finished filming.
Yes. Well, it took a while, though. It took a while. For about half of the film, this man is such a great actor. He had me going. I literally thought he was a Frenchman. Yes, he was so convincing. I think his portrayal of a Frenchman will go down in history as the most convincing portrayal of a Frenchman in film.
I think you and I finally really bonded when we realized we had the exact same eyebrows.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, and one day when I showed up to set without mine, he was kind enough to let me borrow his.
Yeah, I had surplus.
Over here on the right.
I read here in the back. Thank you, Winter, for Latin American. I have a question for Ricky. We see you in the movie carrying these big bags of money for the journalists, and at least I didn't get my share. And where is my kind of money? And do you care about reviews at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, you like it when they get it, but I mean, if you only believe the good ones and don't believe the bad ones, then I think that's a slippery slope. The best thing to do is, celebrate the people that like the film and know that it was made for them. I don't do anything for reviews or audience or awards or anything. You do it for yourself, really, if I'm being totally honest. And of course, and like-minded people. But it's crazy. If you're worried about pleasing everyone, you're not going to please anyone. And it'll send you mad, it'll drive you mad. And now, everyone's a journalist, everyone's a reviewer,
with Twitter and Facebook, it's like glorified graffiti. If you care about that, you might as well go around every toilet wall in the world and get offended when they mention you. You know, it's so you mustn't. But yeah, you know, I'd love it to do get good reviews, and I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But you really mustn't worry about it. You really mustn't. It will drive you crazy.
On the left here.
But having said that, just say fucking nice things about it, please. Not for me, but for kids.
Hi, Devin from mouseinfo.com. This question is for Kermit. Kermit, what are you most proud of?
Well, you may be surprised to hear this, but I'm actually stretching myself quite a lot as a dramatic actor in this thing. I did many scenes with Tina. One particular scene stands out to me. It was a closed set. It was the scene where she licks me. But I just want to clear it up right here with the press that Tina is happily married. Jeff was there during the shooting. Closed set.
My husband was there. He was being very kind of controlling and creepy.
Yes, but supportive.
Kind of star 80 thing. But, and I had never done a scene like that before either.
No.
I mean, I had filmed a lot of weird stuff at home, but to have a whole crew there, I was nervous, and Kermit really put me at my ease. I did hallucinate for 3 or 4 hours.
A little bit, and that's odd because I had blood tests before, and I thought the toxins were low, but
no, it was pretty creepy.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to leave now. I'm pulling double duty here, both promoting this film and also working in hotel security. A bit of a ruckus in the lobby. I have to go. I apologize. So sorry.
Bye, Sam. Thank you.
My name is Silvio. I'm from Brazil, a global newspaper. My question is for Ricky. I know that you have been a manager for rock bands, for the Sweet rock band.
That's right,
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're portraying a band manager. How is it for you? Where did you get from this experience for the role in the movie?
Oh yes, because I'm pretending to be a sort of sleazy LA agent. Not that there are any sleazy LA agents. To infiltrate the Muppets. It's quite nice playing a slime ball, a villain. I like that. I like playing flawed characters. You know, it's fun. It's sort of an exorcism. You're sort of saying, see, I'm not really like that myself, and I think that's you know what? I was just thinking about it. The Muppets did what I tried to do in Extras sort of many years before, taking sort of famous people and making them make fools of themselves, and it sort of must have sunk in. And being on the flip side of it, like doing stuff like this and Curb Your Enthusiasm, you enjoy it and you want to be worse because you are sort of saying, look, I can't be like that or I wouldn't be joking about it. And I think that's why they want to do it in a way. So it was great fun for me, and I bonded with this guy immediately. I loved him. I've loved the Muppets for 35 years, and I love you. I love you. I love your nephew Robin. He's got no neck. It is my. I love frogs. It was my favourite until I met this guy. But I'm sorry to say this, but I think Constantine might be my best buddy.
No, you know what? I totally understand. You guys work closely together. I understand. I accept that. Yeah.
I have no comment on this.
Yay!
The show's not over, it's just begun. Hello, Kermit.
Well, hi there.
Whoa, wait. What?
Hello, Pink.
Which one is which?
Hello! No, I'm just kidding. I completely.
Yeah, this was all during the entire shoot. She confused us, but it kind of took some of the pressure off me. So,
Maybe a little bit at the beginning.
No, listen, you still don't know who we are. She just sees green. It's wonderful. You know,
it's actually not bad.
Hi, Miss Piggy. We haven't actually met.
I know we didn't really do much together on the movie.
Refused to meet me. Nice. You look so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I think you look pretty too.
Oh, thank you.
Until you're so far away. I'm sure you look pretty. The next question is over here on the left in the second row.
Oh, I forgot there were questions. I thought we were just having dinner party.
For the non-Muppet performers over here on this side here,
Can't see anyone.
how, especially those of you with children, what did it do for your street cred to be able to tell everybody that you were working with the Muppets, becoming close personal friends with the Muppets? Especially the kids, were they particularly impressed by you?
My kids are still so unimpressed by me. I'm banking this one. I've learned this already from any other kids project, that if I want to save my ego, I'm going to bank this. I'm going to pull it out in 5 years or something. But so far, it's 1 minute of why is Daddy on screen and 90 minutes of I'm hungry.
I haven't got children, but when I found out I was doing this film, I just went and hung around schools telling them just in playtime. So, hey kids, you don't know who I am yet, but you got the Muppets? Oh yeah, I went, well, what? You might. You're going to be impressed.
Let's wait right here.
Yeah, let's wait right. Yeah. The whole day. You wait.
Soon.
I have 4 children now.
Wow.
And they're very excited to see the movie, but as far as me being in it, it's mostly like, you know, oh, you're in the episode now. You be Queen Elsa. Either Queen Elsa or Mr. Smee.
In the center here on the left.
Here along the aisle. Good morning and congratulations. For Tina and Ricky, because in the past when you've been in this particular hotel, it's been hosting the Golden Globes and making fun of, or, you know, jokes at the expense of celebrities.
Or winning Golden Globes.
Right, or winning them, exactly.
Sure.
Are you suppressing an itch right now to make fun of anyone? And Tina, since Kermit brought it up, the licking scene,
Yes.
on your list of things, and I presume there is one that you want to lick before you die, how high was Kermit on that list?
You still do that list?
I've done lists, yeah. And I've done a bunch of them. I did a bunch of them. I still have the third rail of the New York subway. That's still on it. Anderson Cooper's neck. Still on the third rail on the way. But it's pretty high up there. Yeah, so the Kermit was pretty high up there on the...
Yeah. It was good for me. It was great for me.
Sister.
Oh my word! And to yes, I always have to curb the desire to make fun of celebrities. Yeah, I'm got about 12 in my head now, but I'm being nice. So yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
I have so many 12 Years a Slave jokes in my head right now. I can't. There were so many extra because it's so fun to write jokes about that.
Wasn't it?
It was so easy.
Yeah.
Here on the right.
Hi guys, my name's Sean from 2Fab. I was wondering if you could speak to the musicals and like how it was filming with the musicals compared to the regular dialogue. And Miss Piggy, how was it working with Celine Dion?
Well, working with Celine Dion, it was a pleasure, it was a joy for her, naturally. Yes, I'm only too happy to let her ride my coattails up to the Oscar stage. Yes, with what, you know, it was a joy. We only spent a little time together, but it was very meaningful to her. And I'm sorry, but this has to be the last question here in the center back.
I have a question for Miss Piggy. First of all, who are you wearing today? Because you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And also, how did you like Vivienne Westwood's wedding gown?
Oh, well. First of all, this is an original Stefano from Hoboken. and then, what was the other Vivienne Westwood question?
Did you like your wedding gown?
Yes, Vivi. She made what a beautiful gown. Yes, made out of recycled plastic bottles. Took a little while to get over that, but you know, as they say, something old, something new, something recycled, something or other.
Well, lucky for me, she didn't get to keep the wardrobe.
I could call Viv. I've
No, it's okay. I think it's probably disintegrated by now. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the half-life for plastic is pretty long.
Now, what about the half-life for a pig-frog marriage? Not sure about that. I mean, come on. I'm not even sure it's legal. I don't even think it's legal.
Why, when in the movies, right?
Yeah.
When you get married and
Yeah.
various, and you have children,
Yeah.
they're either pigs or frogs.
Yeah.
Why is there no sort of, you know?
Well, you know, we've
Abomination?
We've never actually.
Some sort of fat, green, sort of snorkeling, hoppy, breathing thing.
Snorting
You know what I
thing.
mean?
Yeah.
Why, I don't know. Haven't you worked that out yet?
I don't know. Well, we haven't actually consummated the experiment. We don't really know.
That was the filmmaker's visualization, all right?
It's a house of cards. That's.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm just thinking.
There he goes again. And on that note, thanks everybody. I'm sorry, those of you on the mics, hang on for a second. We got your recording devices in just a minute. Sure. Block me first.
All right. How would you go about chatting up a woman in a bar? What tips could you give?
I've never worked like that. It's always been like a friend of a friend and all that, and just happened to meet them, and then you have a chat, and then.
How did you meet Suzanne?
That was when I was working with her, and she gave me 20p for the hot chocolate machine. She never asked for it back. Thought she's all right. Been there sort of 11 years, so it works.
Has she ever given you that? You've never given that 20p
never
back?
asked for it back.
Did you return the favour, perhaps on the next date? You buy her a Kit Kat or something?
No, I don't think I did. I think word got out that she liked me and that. And what did I do? I think I did some work for her, did some editing for her, sort of show off my skills and that.
Sure.
And she was like, "Oh, you're good at this, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And I think she got us another drink because I was doing that editing for her in my own time.
So you're up on the deal, aren't you? Because I know now, I know for a fact that you've not spent any money on her in 11 years. So you're 40p up.
At least. Lawrence from New York says, I was wondering how Mr. K. Pilkington would interpret this famous saying of philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein. The quote is, if a lion could talk, we could not understand him.
Even if he's English?
Yeah, if a lion could speak English, so there's no language barrier, he's speaking English words and using all the correct grammar and everything, but you wouldn't be able to understand what he was saying.
Why?
Because it is from a different world. His frames of reference would be so bizarre that you wouldn't be able to get a grasp on what he was talking about, because you'd have so little in common, even if he used real words.
No, but he's talking English.
Yeah, no, but his reference points would be just so far removed. You know, they're removed slightly when if you saw two people talking about Kierkegaard, you'd
I wouldn't understand that.
Exactly. So remove that 1 billion times to a different species with different input.
No, but it depends. If I'm talking to a lion in London Zoo,
yeah,
he'll be saying, "Oh, I'm fed up of being stuck in here." I'll go, "Yeah." It's like that. It depends what his background is. I mean, there's some people who might have lived down the road from me, but have a totally different life.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter that it's a lion, does it?
Well, yeah, because they're just trying to remove it even more. So now it's not just a bloke who lived a few doors away. Now it's not even a bloke. Now it's not even...
Yeah, but I'd pick something smaller or something, a worm without a mouth. I'd go, definitely not.
What? Definitely not what?
I wouldn't be having a chat with it. I just think that a worm that's underground, what's it got to offer me? It's blind and it hasn't got a mouth. It's not going to be a good day out with it, is what I'm saying. It's not going to have that much to say to me, even if it's English. Right?
Even if it's English.
And how can you tell if a worm is English? Does it wear a very tiny bowler hat?
Oh, Christ.
But do you understand...
What about a jellyfish?
No, you see, I think that's where you can say you wouldn't be able to have a good chat with them, because to me, the sea might as well be another world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a way, I think the fish sort of have more rights than us.
What do you mean?
Just because when whoever made the world, right, say, you know, we're just bigging up God, but if I was to have a go at him, I'd say you added too much water.
Criticism 1 to God, right?
So,
how would you have changed that? Just
more land.
Fair enough. Now, why have fish got more rights than us?
Because there's loads of them, and when you look at the amount of sea on the world, right? There's loads of that. You only have to like you know, I was in Malaga the other week, right? And you know, you look in the sea, there's loads of different fish, and that's just in like 8-foot water. If you go miles out, there's like all sorts of weird fish, isn't there, with like lights on them and everything. So, and there's just millions of different types.
Yeah.
Now,
but why does that mean they've got more rights than us?
Just because I think, you know, rights come in numbers, don't they? If you know what I mean. Like, if there's one of you shouting, people go, oh, he's an idiot, shut up, whatever. If there's loads of you shouting, they go, oh, best listen to him, see what they've got to say.
Right.
And that's what I mean about fish.
Yeah.
There's loads of fish.
Right.
So...
But they're not really making their voices heard, though, are they, Carl?
Yeah. I know, because they're underwater. But what I mean is, I don't know what I mean. I was thinking the other day about, you know, your body and everything, because it is amazing, isn't it? How it works.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Does the brain control you, or are you controlling the brain? I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
Nor do I,
There's
Carl.
a surprise.
Nor do I, Carl.
No, do you know what I mean, though, by that?
Does the brain control you, or do you control the brain?
Like, don't you ever sort of think sometimes, say if you're making...
But you are the brain.
No, but I was making a shopping list, right? Going, right, I need some rice, kidney beans, and I thought I had everything, and I sort of was rolling up the paper, and then something went, oh, an onion.
Your brain did
something
that.
went an onion. Was it Suzanne?
No, well, my brain sort of went, you forgot something.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd forgot. I was
No, you are your brain.
No, but don't you understand? My brain was I was in control of my brain when I was writing down rice and kidney beans.
But you're not in charge of the onion. That's another part of the brain that's in charge of the onion.
The onion sector.
Yeah.
No, but I put the paper away, putting my coat on, ready to go and get the rice.
Yes, but your onion lobe kicked in.
What? So you put the paper in your pocket, you got the coat on, and then you just suddenly hear
Then
from
it
nowhere,
was just like
onion.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that shopping list. It's in my pocket. I'm thinking, do I need my gloves? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, onion, and it was like, oh yeah, onion. Yeah, I had to get the paper out. So what I'm saying is, who's in charge?
The brain, the mind, the brain is the... What are you doing? Who's in charge?
That's just, you forgot the onion, and then you remembered the onion. You must have forgotten things in the past.
No, but not like that. Not where... Like, it just made me think, that was weird. Who reminded me of that?
You did.
Yeah, but I'm not...
No, you are your brain. It's not like there's you, then there's a brain, then there's an extra one looking down at it. Oh, the meta brain, the thing above it.
No, but your brain... How does your brain work? You give it information, don't you?
Well, it takes...
Do you mean you give it information?
Well, if I sat in a room with nothing, not feeding it anything, it wouldn't know anything.
No, but there's this thing there's two yous. It's this thing that there's
Carl and Carl's brain.
Yeah, there's not a duality in this. If you go, come on, now think. That's the brain saying that to itself. It's not. There's not two people in there having an argument. Come on, brain. And the brain's going, oh, don't you start, I was thinking then. And the other thing's going, brain, onion. And the brain goes, Carl, onion. You are your brain. If you are anything, you are your mind, your brain, your collection of memories, your personality. You're not what you look like. Does that answer your question, Carl? What did you think then? You were thinking of a tortoise on a skateboard then when I did that last sentence, weren't you?
Welcome to the 67th Annual Golden Globe Awards. And now please welcome your host for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Gervais.
I want to do a proper job this time. I don't think I went far enough. Obviously not, because they invited me back. So I'm going to do it again, do a proper job, and I guarantee they will not invite me back. I honestly can't wait to do it. I'm going to go out there, guns blazing, like it's the end of the world. Just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons.
The 7 wonders of the world, truly mankind's greatest achievements. But there is one man who sees them differently.
Are they the oldest thing on the world?
They're not the oldest thing on the world.
If that was on my road, the council would go, get that down. It's a death trap.
I'm going to mention Idiot Abroad on Science. I'm going to mention the Ricky Gervais Show returning on HBO. I'm going to mention that I'm in the Muppet movie, Wind in the Willows. Steve's got a fridge freezer for sale. Any single women?
Not necessarily single. Not necessarily single.
Yeah. He's gonna steal Angelina away from Brad.
Oh.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be Brad when this guy walks in the room.
See, if I was her, I'd rent another baby then, rather than... Because what would come out? You and her.
What do you mean, what would come out?
Jesus.
Something magnificent.
That would be on the Science Channel.
I've had a couple. I'm not going to lie to you. Now listen up. I'm not going to do this again anyway. I want to do either such a bad job, I'm not invited back, or such a good job that I don't want to do it again. I'd like to say, you know, I'm better second time around, so I should leave it there if I do a good job or a bad job. I mean, but who knows? I mean, it's once a year and it's so much fun. It is an honour to be here in a room full of what I consider to be the most important people on the planet. Actors. They're just better than ordinary people, aren't they?
Went and did the podcast. We had a meeting after. I don't like meetings as I can't keep focused on what people are talking about. I think Ricky has the same problem as after 25 minutes he was trying to wrestle me. I tried to do what spiders do and stayed still as if I was dead. Ricky just stayed on top of me, not moving. A bit like when you see one of them big snakes swallowing a sheep. Ricky got bored and released me. I went home thinking, why had I left my old job for this? A homeless man asked me for some money, but I didn't feel like I should treat him as I felt that he'd probably had a better day than me. Oh, God. Suzanne called me to say she'd gone for a haircut and that she'd meet me in the supermarket. I went to the supermarket, but she wasn't there. I called her and she said she was near the fruit aisle. I went to the fruit aisle and she wasn't there. Turns out she was in a different supermarket on the other side of town. And that if I'd listened to her properly, I'd have known that. I didn't want to say that
Well, you just went to the first supermarket you thought of, as opposed to listening to what supermarket... I'm in the supermarket, all right, bye.
I didn't want to say that I hadn't heard her properly, because my ears were ringing a bit from the wrestling from earlier. 25 minutes later, I met up with Suzanne. Her haircut wasn't that bad. Normally her haircuts are followed by an argument between us as she pays over the odds for some daft haircut that's the latest style.
Brilliant.
I wish she'd take a picture out of a magazine or ask for a style rather than letting the hairdresser do what she wants. I said I only tell her to do this as she's got a square head and a close-cut hairdo makes it look squarer. She said, what do you think of this cut? I said it looked alright, as I couldn't be bothered arguing about it. It's weird writing a diary. I don't know who thought of doing one of these first. The last time I did one was at school. They used to get you to do it so they could keep an eye on whatever you were up to. My diary used to say the same thing every night. Got home, went to the shop to get potatoes, bread, milk. Went home, watched telly, went to bed. I think I might have gone to Twiggy's Dance Club just so I had something different to write. You've not told us about Twiggy's Dance Club.
It's just, you know, I sort of, when I was a kid, I sort of gave everything a bit of a go. I did boxing and that, didn't I? Gave that a go.
For about 45 minutes.
And, yeah, a mate sort of said, oh, you know, you're into your dancing, your robotics and that. You're doing your body popping, right? Body popping and that. He said, you ought to come to Twiggy's. And I went there, but I didn't go in, it was shut. They were just having like loads of toilet rolls delivered. I think like they were like using it as a storage place for toilet rolls and that. So I said, oh, I've come to have a dance, and like, oh, not tonight, come back tomorrow. I never went back.
Brilliant. Next. What a waste of an anecdote. Right. Brilliant.
Just to recap, you're convinced then that the teachers are asking you to keep diaries so they can keep tabs on you. And then to continue the diary, as there were more problems happening on the estate, they started to add Saturday and Sundays to the school diary to keep an eye on what we were doing at the weekend. I struggled to fill it on a Sunday, as the shop I got potatoes and bread from was shut on a Sunday. I had to go over to Shepherd's Bush to meet someone. I got the tube. There was a badly burnt man on the tube. It's amazing how the body can continue through quite a lot of bad stuff. It got me thinking about how much stuff you could remove in your body, one by one, without dying. If it was a competition, the cockroach would win, as it can live for a week without a head.
I just mean, like, say if, you know, they're running out of ideas for TV programmes and that, right? They get someone who isn't well. They go, look, do you mind if we make a programme on you? And what they do, they sit them in the bed, and they go, right, what we're going to do now is take out the heart, but replace it with a pacemaker. Right,
No. Sorry, people with pacemakers don't have their heart taken out and a pacemaker popped in.
All right, then. Some sort of machine. What I'm getting to is...
Have you been playing Operation?
What I mean is... what I mean is the big finale would just be a head chatting with loads of wires going into it, and it's like, look what we can do with science.
That's what the programme's called. It's the same every week. The volunteer is just a head with loads of wires coming out
Look
of it.
what we can do with science.
And he's going,
goodbye.
I feel ill.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was... Oh, this is
This
great.
makes it in the diary.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington.
I don't know why that's so funny. Oh, God.
I got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington. I opened it, and the first sentence read, "Dear Mr. K. Dilkington, you're one of our most valuable customers." I put it in the bin. Thought I would learn some new words, as Steve always says I don't use enough different words. I read in the Fortean Times that the word "wew" means an ugly female ghost with drooping breasts.
What do you mean?
Is that how am I pronouncing
Who's
that right?
using that word? Who is using that word?
It was just W-E-W-E.
Let's call it a woo. An ugly female ghost with drooping breasts. I think I'm right when I say there are too many words in the world. I don't think I will ever get round to using the word woo. Watched a health programme. Wasn't watching it properly, but heard some doctors say that we only get so many heartbeats in a lifetime, so don't do too much exercise. I told Suzanne, and she said I probably hadn't heard it right. We got talking about death. Suzanne said she didn't like thinking about it. I said she might end up being a woo. I was chuffed as I'd managed to use my new word. I went to the supermarket to get tonight's tea. On the way, I stopped and looked in the fishmongers at all the different fish they had in the window. It's like a child in one of those kids' TV shows.
I know.
Mr. Pilkington went to the fishmonger. He stopped and looked at all the fish in the window.
Hello, Mr. Dilkington, they said.
There was a newspaper clipping stuck on the glass about a two-headed fish that they've made in Taiwan. I don't see the point in doing this, as a fish having two heads ain't going to solve the world's hunger problems, as the head is the bit you throw away. Invent a fish with two bodies, and I'd say well done.
Good point, isn't it?
Suzanne watched one of her favourite TV programmes. I've told her the telly only goes on if there's something she wants to watch. If there's nothing on, she has to talk to me about stuff I've learnt. Like Descartes. Watched a programme on him the other day. He is the one who said something like, "I know I'm about 'cause I dream." Doesn't work for everything, 'cause ants don't sleep. I don't know if I'd like that or not. You don't know if you would like it if you didn't ever
Not
sleep.
sleeping. It's just one long day. I don't know. Don't know how you put up with that. Do you think it'd be a good idea?
No.
Why not?
Because, as you said, it would get a bit boring. You know, your sleep is your rest, your time off. It helps you detoxify. It helps you sort of think things through on a subconscious level. You know,
But don't you ever get it where, I mean, sometimes it's brilliant to have a sleep when you're tired, but don't you sometimes feel
that's
like...
the best time to have a sleep, when you're tired.
No, but sometimes when you go to bed and you're not that tired and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to waste some hours of my life now and I'm not really in the mood for this.
Well, that's
sleeping.
just wishing you had longer on this earth doing creative things. I mean, if you didn't have to sleep, you could spend more time talking to a tortoise and going to the toffee shop.